We are continuing in this video with Romans 1:22. Claiming to be wise, they became fools. A short verse. The subject here continues to be these unrighteous people who suppress the truth of God's revelation by their own unrighteousness. Verse 22 maintains the shift in tense that occurred back in 21, which I touched on in the last video. I'll expand upon that a little here. In English, we render this as a past tense. In the Greek, it's something called an aorist tense. In English, we have these pretty simple categories of past, present, and future. The Greek tenses are a little more complex. The aorist is sort of like a snapshot moment. It gives no real indication of the extent of time or whether the results are ongoing. So what this means for us here, Paul seems to be saying that this event, these unrighteous people claiming to be wise but instead becoming fools, is an event that happened in the past. And contextually, he is showing that this is what happened previously to get unrighteous people to the state they are now in. That seems to be the interplay between these tenses at face value. And having mentioned creation already, I think Paul is giving a kind of snapshot of human history to show the downward spiral that occurs when the man and the woman choose to sin in the garden. I don't think it's too much of a stretch to suggest that Paul has that particular event in mind here when he says, they did this. We see this in Genesis 3:6, specifically when the woman begins to reckon for herself what is right and wrong or good and evil. The language of seeing there in Genesis is very important. Early on, God sees his creation and it is good, and here the woman sees the fruit of the tree as being good, and it's by her determining that it is good for wisdom. And that is the deception, her attempt at wisdom that is ultimately folly. So claiming to be wise, they became fools. We'll continue with verse 23 in the next video.